Minnesota teenager Zach Sobiak and the inspirational story behind it have moved millions of us all around the world, including all the celebrities who participated in that video tribute. We're going to be talking more about that in a moment. But earlier today, I spoke to Zach's mom, Laura. Watching your son in those final days, Laura, and final months and final years of his life must have been such a gift.
It was truly, one of those experiences that not many people get to have, obviously, where you really get to look at life with a different perspective.
As a mom, Laura, I watched how brave you were, and I wondered if I could be there celebrating my child's life and not be consumed by my own grief. How were you able to do that for your son?
God has a plan that's bigger than what I can see, and that it wasn't going to be easy, but that it would be okay. And I think that's just really what sustained me. I never had to deal with anger or bitterness about it. And so to travel that road with Zach, I just kind of regard it as a privilege and that it was for something bigger. And I think that's how I was able to travel that with him without being crippled by the grief. Because he went through some really difficult things that were very hard for a mom to watch. But again, I just always had this sense that there was something bigger that was meant to happen with this, and that got me through.
When you hear that song and realize what a huge sensation it is, I mean, that must be so overwhelming for you, Laura.
It is. It's completely unexpected. When we went into the studio to record that song, it was for me. It was for our family, it was for our friends. But then there's this whole different other level of response to that song that was completely unexpected, where people are getting in touch with us constantly saying, this song has changed my life.
I think we all feel that we really had the privilege of getting to know Zach a little bit through that video. And if this question isn't too intrusive, Laura, can you tell us anything about Zach's final moments?
He wanted to be able to say a proper goodbye, and he achieved that. He was conscious until just moments before he died. He was home. Amy, his girlfriend, had stayed overnight that night. We were both, myself and Amy, slept in the same room with him. And he had a very difficult hour and a half. The cancer had filled his lungs, and his lungs had filled with fluid, and so he essentially suffocated. And that is not an easy way to die. But that was the way he wanted to die. He wanted to be conscious, and he was. And as hard as those memories are, to be there while he suffered so much, we're so blessed because we were there. We were all there.
You have a wedding that you'll be going to later today. Your daughter is getting married, and I'm sure you're so thrilled for her, for Allie, but yet it must be hard for you to experience the joy of your daughter's wedding while still having this so fresh in your mind.
We didn't know if Zach was still going to be alive or, when he would die in relation to the wedding, and so we had to really think about how are we going to do this as a family. And our family has always been one to come together and to laugh and to cry together. And we decided that that's how we're going to do this. We are going to be joyful, but we're also going to allow tears. And that's how we're going to do it. And as long as we're together, we're all, as we enter into this week, the week after Zach's funeral and the week of the wedding, we're really grateful that we have this event coming up because we all get to come together for something really beautiful and joyful now. And I just think that's the beauty of family.
That was Laura Sobiak. I mean, what an amazing woman, right? I still can't imagine being as strong as she was throughout this ordeal. Well, there's one more person, by the way, who wanted to join us today. Two-time Grammy Award winner, Jason Mraz. Hi, Jason. Thank you you so much, Jason, for taking the time out to talk to us. Tell us why you wanted to be part of this video tribute to Zach.
Well, I had never heard a song with such purpose and a song that needed to be in the world. And that song was an example of how one can choose one's life powerfully. I couldn't get through the song without crying several times, and I just felt this was such a powerful message that needed to be shared, and I was really happy to be a part of it.
Can you believe how huge it's become, Jason? I mean, you're someone who's used to writing and singing huge hits, but to see the impact it's having not only on people, but just how many people are gravitating to this song and listening to it, and it seems to have this actually unifying effect on everyone who hears
Absolutely. Yeah, I think when a song comes from the heart, it has the ability to live inside of all of our hearts. So Zach had a gift, a message, a true message to share with us all that now lives inside of us all so that it affects our lives.
What do you think you, Jason, have learned from Zach's story?
Always speak from the heart. And we all have a message we want to share with our family, with our friends, and with the world. And now is the time to say it, to say those things.
Well, Jason, thank you for taking time. I know you're busy. You're there in your studio, and we're just so happy that you were a part of today's show because I think it's very special to all of us. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll be with you.
Well, it's a real honor for me that you guys chose to share Zach's story and his memory with us here today. So I'm really grateful. Thank you to all of you.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to watch the entire video about Zach's life, you can go to our website at katiecouric.com for more information. And there you can also find out how to help keep Zach's memory alive by downloading the song Clouds. Proceeds go directly to the Children's Cancer Research Fund to fight osteosarcoma. So please check it out and give generously. We'll be right back.
Coming up next, international pop sensation The